One of the biggest mistakes women over 60 often make with a bob haircut has nothing to do with the haircut itself. It's the accessories. Yes, even the most beautiful bob can instantly lose its elegance when paired with the wrong earrings, glasses, or scarves. These details seem small, but trust me, they can quietly add years to your appearance or take them away. Lead into the topic. After 60, many of us choose a bob for its simplicity, freshness, and timeless charm. But to let your bob haircut truly shine, you need to pair it with accessories that complement, not compete. So in this video, let's take a look at the most common accessory mistakes that ruin a bob haircut after 60. And of course, I'll share what to wear instead, so you always look polished, confident, and effortlessly stylish. If you're embracing your bob and want it to look its absolute best, make sure to subscribe to Glow After 60. We share honest tips, gentle advice, and real beauty talk, just like one friend to another. Mistake 1. Earrings that ruin your bob haircut after 60. Let's start with earrings, the quickest way to elevate or accidentally ruin a bob haircut. And believe me, I've learned this the hard way. A while back, I bought a gorgeous pair of big round gold hoops. I thought, ooh, this will give me that chic, bold look. But the moment I wore them with my sleek chin-length bob, I looked like I was starring in a 1982 disco flashback. Not the elegant 60-plus lady I was going for. That's when I realized, not all earrings play nicely with a bob haircut, especially after 60. Here are the earring styles to be careful with. 1. Chunky, heavy hoops. They draw attention away from your face and haircut, and on a round or fuller face, they can actually make everything look wider. A bob frames your face already. Adding bold circles just adds more width. Not flattering. 2. Very short studs. Too tiny to notice. Yes, minimalism is great, but too minimal? Sometimes it makes your whole look feel unfinished, like you forgot to accessorize at all. My advice? Go for something delicate but visible. A bit of sparkle or soft drop. 3. Dangling earrings that are too long. Once your earrings are longer than your bob, they start to compete with the hair and make your neckline look messy. If your earrings and your haircut are fighting for attention, neither wins. And what to wear instead? Teardrop earrings, slim, flattering, and elegant. Geometric or oval drops, elongate the face subtly. Mid-length dangles that stop just at the jawline to echo the bob's shape. Pearls or soft metallic tones, timeless and classy. And they go with everything. When you have a bob haircut after 60, your earrings are more visible than ever because your hair no longer hides them. So treat them like you're framing pieces. They should lift your look, not weigh it down. The right earrings can make you look pulled together and radiant. The wrong ones, like you borrowed your granddaughter's dress-up kit. Mistake 2. The necklace and scarf mistakes that quietly sabotage your bob. Let's talk about something we all love. Necklaces and scarves. They're like the little seasoning of an outfit, right? Just a dash of sparkle or softness, and suddenly we feel put together. But with a bob haircut, especially after 60, some of our old favorites can start working against us. And I say this with love, because I've absolutely been there. I remember this one morning. I just had my bob trimmed, felt fresh, chic, ready to face the world. I put on this chunky, beautiful necklace I used to adore in my 40s. Big beads, lots of color, a bold statement. But when I caught a glimpse of myself before leaving the house, I couldn't help but laugh. Oh wow, my bob is saying Parisian chic, and my necklace is yelling art teacher on a field trip. Two completely different conversations happening on the same neck. So what's going wrong here? When we wear a bob, especially one that hits around the jaw or neck, that whole area becomes visible, like a frame around your face. So Anything you add near it, a necklace, a scarf, becomes part of the composition. If it's too bold, too close, or too heavy, it can totally throw off the balance. Here are a few common oops moments. Thick choker-style necklaces. These shorten your neck visually and clash with the clean lines of your bob. Overly chunky statement pieces, especially the ones that sit high and wide, they can make your neckline feel crowded or boxy. Scarves tied tightly or wrapped thick around the neck. Cozy? Yes. Elegant with a bob? Not quite. You might end up looking like your hair is competing with a blanket. So what works better? Think airiness, movement, and soft contrast. Try delicate chains with small pendants that draw the eye down. A silk scarf, loosely draped to one side, always elegant. Necklaces that create vertical lines, not horizontal cutoffs. And if in doubt, less is more. Let the bob do the talking. Because here's the truth. When you've got a great haircut, you don't need to decorate it. You just need to respect it. And that's what the right accessories do. They let your beauty shine quietly. Mistake-free, glasses and hair accessories, when cute starts to clash with your bob. All right, now let's talk glasses and those sneaky little hair accessories. Two things that seem harmless, even fun, until one day you look in the mirror and think, wait, why does my head look like it's in a costume party? Last year, I bought a pair of funky red glasses, thick frames, very artsy. I thought, yes, this will give me a fresh, creative vibe. Wore them with my classic angle bob and, well, let's just say I looked more retired magician than elegant woman over 60. That's when it hit me. Glasses plus bob act a powerful combo. But if the glasses are too loud, too round, or too trendy, they can totally throw off your look. What to be careful with. 1. Oversized or round glasses. These can soften your face a little too much and make the bob look dated instead of sharp. Especially if your face is already round, it can feel, well, too much of a good thing. 2. Super bold or colorful frames. Yes, we love personality, but if your haircut is already structured, like a sleek bob, and your glasses are yelling, "Look at me," you end up with two strong elements fighting for attention. Tip: let your glasses complement, not compete. Now let's move on to hair clips, headbands, and all those cute little add-ons. I get it. Sometimes we just want to push the hair back, add a little sparkle, or maybe cover that one section that's doing its own thing. But here's the thing. With a bob haircut, especially a short or chin-length one, every little accessory becomes super visible. So the wrong piece, too blingy, too young, or too bulky, can make your hairstyle look messy, or even a bit try-hard. What to skip most of the time? Glittery barrettes that look like they belong to a 10-year-old. Headbands that are too wide or sit awkwardly against the bob's shape. Loud, floral, or novelty clips, unless you're headed to a garden party, and even then. What works beautifully? Minimalist metal clips, gold, silver, rose gold. Thin, neutral headbands that tuck neatly behind the bob. Hairpins or combs with subtle details. Think pearl or matte finish. Or, sometimes, just letting the bob fall naturally and frame your face. Because honestly, a great bob doesn't need much. Just a little love, a little styling, and accessories that know when to step back. And there you have it. Just a few simple accessory tweaks that can make all the difference when you're wearing a bob haircut after 60. Because let's be honest, at this age, we've earned the right to wear what we love. But that doesn't mean we can't refine a little, adjust a bit, and have fun with it along the way. Sometimes it's not about a new haircut or a whole new wardrobe. It's about realizing, maybe these earrings are competing with my bob. Or, maybe this scarf looked better when my hair was longer. That awareness, that's power. And honestly, it's part of the joy of aging with style. Not chasing trends, but curating what works for you. So tell me in the comments, Have you ever had an accessory totally clash with your bob? Or did today's video make you rethink something in your jewelry box? I'd love to hear from you. And of course, if you enjoyed this little style chat, please like, share with a friend, and subscribe to Glow After 60 for more weekly tips on looking and feeling your best with grace, humor, and heart. Until next time, stay glowing, stay curious, and never underestimate the power of a good haircut and the right accessories.